So I just got done reading the first saga of One Piece, and I've gotta say, it's fantastic. I honestly didn't expect to like this series as much as I did. Now, as a brief background, I'm usually a fan of seinen manga. Berserk, Claymore, Vagabond, Blam, and I even delve into the realm of shonen manga as well, Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter being examples. But I always kind of looked at One Piece as sort of a silly show. I never thought it would be my cup of tea. But I couldn't be more wrong. I mean, in some aspects it is kind of a silly show, but silly in a good way. Hilarious, comedic, and jovial. But in other ways, it's very solemn and serious and down to earth. Now, for those who don't know, but I'm sure most of you are aware, the series centers around a man, Monkey D. Luffy, as he meets a pirate named Shanks as a young boy. Now, he really takes a liking to Shanks, and when Shanks gives him his straw hat, he treasures it as his most prized possession. And the East Blue Saga is a great introduction to the series. We get to learn about Zoro and how he wants to be the greatest swordsman ever, Nami, who's a bit of a pickpocket but wants to be the world's greatest cartographer, Usopp, who doesn't want to be a liar anymore and wants to find his purpose in life, Sanji, who wants to cook delicious dishes, and Luffy himself, who wants to become the Pirate King. And now within the East Blue Saga, there's a lot of great arcs that I really enjoyed, but my favorite two were the Syrup Village arc and the Arlong Park arc. Now in the Syrup Village arc, this really showcases Usopp and how he wants to stop being a deviant and how he wants to get away from his lying ways and find some sort of a purpose in his life, do something positive for others, and be a productive member of a crew. Now while the Syrup Village arc is very touching and memorable, it pales in comparison to the Arlong Park arc, and that's chiefly due to the fact that Nami is a very compelling character. While she comes off as abrasive and tough on the outside, she's a tortured soul and someone who's trying to save her village by any means necessary. And her village, Kokoyashi Village, is one in which is under a lot of turmoil. It's been put under the thumb of the tyrannical fishman Arlong, and villagers have to pay tribute, and if they can't afford the tribute, they have to die. Essentially, the villagers either have to choose death or slavery. And this arc does a fantastic job of going into Nami's past, learning why she's such a tortured soul and why she has to put up this tough exterior so that she doesn't get reminded of the past, so that she doesn't get reminded of the fact that she's under someone's thumb and that she has no freedom in her life. And it's really great to see Nami find her place in the world as well. Her whole purpose of joining the Arlong Pirates was to subvert them, was to gain control of the island so that she could buy her freedom. But it's a decision that made her a slave for 8 years, made her do things that she didn't really want to do, and made her someone she didn't really want to be. She held back many tears. She pushed through nonetheless. But at the very end, she couldn't push any longer. Luckily for her though, Luffy was there to help. And I gotta say, the battle between him and Arlong is probably the best battle thus far. And just an FYI, I'm only 100 chapters into One Piece, so for most of you, you're probably like, I haven't even started the manga yet, I've just barely scratched the surface, but for me, for those first 100 chapters, that battle with Arlong was absolutely epic, and I love the conclusion in which Luffy just smashes him right through the building, and then in the debris, you see Luffy just stand up and he looks all heroic and stoic and just triumphant. And it just really brings the crew together. Luffy, Zoro, Usopp, Nami, Sanji, they all come together in this arc. It always kind of felt like they were more or less by themselves up until this point. Even though they were with the Straw Hats, this sort of formed the glue, the cohesive bond that made them one, made them the Straw Hats. So that's why I really enjoyed the East Blue Saga. It was a great introductory saga. It really brought the characters to the forefront, made them worth caring about, and made them relatable, and I absolutely love that. The fights were entertaining and exciting, and I was literally on the edge of my seat. I read this 100 chapters in like just a couple days, so it was very entertaining, and I can't wait to start the next arc. So tell me what you guys thought of the East Blue Saga in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. I got a video coming out on Tuesday of the East Blue Saga timeline, so I'm going to go through each chapter and explain what happened. So if you haven't read it for yourself, that will be a nice little refresher for you. But until next time guys, I'll catch you on the flip side.